thing that has never ceased to amaze me is how wrong people can be, and the entire world just forgets what they said as long as they continue to say something opposite of what they said that they were wrong about. And then they're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, obviously. The motherfucker was wrong with what they said. So now they're saying what's right. And you hate to see it. You just do. You hate to see it. I don't watch, like I said, any of these guys anymore. They don't get my time. They don't get none of me for their analytics data on YouTube. Nothing. They've gotten enough money from me, and they have cost me enough money. This gentleman right here is one of the reasons why I lost a lot of money in my options contracts, because he was the first person, and the largest person in the community to say he wholeheartedly believes we're going to see this thing take off before the end of June. Even when every part of my body was telling me, hey, you need to cut these contracts. Like, you need to cut them. But that's a hard thing to do. You know, when you watch a couple, like, $1,000 turn into tens of thousands of dollars like that in a snap, you're afraid to fuck with that. If that turned into that, I mean, shit, if this thing doubled, I could be pushing $1 million, you know? You don't want to fuck with that. And I didn't get in this to make, a couple tens of thousands of dollars. I'm trying to make life-changing money here. But when I began educating myself in the market, which was roughly 2 years ago, short squeeze isn't a topic that you find anywhere to educate yourself on. It's like almost like a fairy tale in the stock market world. It's rare. There's only a few occasions where it's happened. The chances that you would actually be a part of one or get to be a part of one are almost impossible, virtually impossible. Even when the guys like in The Big Short, and that's the problem that we have. It's like, it literally looks like everyone in this community has watched The Big Short and thinks they're a fucking short squeeze expert. And the opposite of what's going on now is what happened in The Big Short. These guys made bets that a part of the economic market was going to tank. That's essentially what these guys have done at Citadel. They made a big bet that AMC was going to tank. So the Big Short is not a short squeeze scenario. And people seem to think that it is. It's not. But I digress. I remember early this year, somewhere in February, I didn't know shit about short squeezes, none of that. Wasn't looking for any of that. The price action in GME obviously had kind of caught my eye, but I was still like options. I hadn't even really started trading yet, and I was already invested in AMC. I'd already had a couple shares of GME too, but they were high. They had already gone through their blowed up phase. But I was already just naturally invested in AMC, and it was one of the first underlyings, actually was, that I bought options in when I really decided I was ready to start trading options. I knew enough about them. I was comfortable trading my own money, and I had bought some options, and I had bought one contract, and back in March, and it was in the red, and I was like, God damn it! Like for 2 days or something, it was in the red, and I was like, maybe I wasn't ready for this. And then I was like, yeah, I'm just going to sell it. The next day when I was just going to sell it because I was losing money. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then all of a sudden I wake up the next day and it's like positive $125. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how the fuck did that happen? And I'm like looking at shit and looking at Greeks and trying to get a better understanding of what exactly happened, where the numbers changed, and how did I get to this price point when I was down so much. I wasn't down so much, but I was down and I was losing money progressively. Uh, and I didn't have a very long expiration date. I think it was like, honestly, I think it expired that week. Like I bought it on like a Thursday and it expired the next Friday. Um, and then it went up to that 125. And I was like, man, it was steadily climbing, and it got up to like $180. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking buy two more. And I think these were like $8, $9, and $10 strike prices or something. I want to say is what I had bought total. And by the end of the day, they were all in the green. And then in the first hour of the next trading day, they were like fucking up over $1,300 worth of value. And this was maybe $200 worth of contracts. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? That's literally what I said. I was like, what the fuck is going on in AMC? I was like, I know, like, this is not normal. I was like, whatever's going on, this isn't normal. I mean, I know you can make money in options, and for the short term, it's usually quick gains, like day trade gains. Like in a week, you'll be happy with $100, $200 in a stock or something for a retail trader, if you can profit that on your options. And for it to exponentially, basically, I mean, 5x, more, like 6x my initial investment in a day was astounding to me. So I literally Googled, like, what the fuck is going on with AMC? And then this cat popped up. All the short squeeze shit and everything. And I was like, And at first, I couldn't even watch Trey at first, and not really his fault. His laugh reminded me of a guy I knew growing up, and I still know today, but his laugh just triggers something inside me that wants to punch him in the face. I mean, personality-wise, he's polar opposite of the guy that I know. The guy that I know is like just astoundingly asshole-ish. He just is, and not for no reason. Like I was one of his only friends back in the day in middle school and shit. He was a real goofy kid, oddly shaped. No one really talked to him. His dad was abusive. Um, and then, like he got older. His dad was a military man, shipped him out in the military, and then, he came back this fucking chiseled, grunt old Marine. And even though his face still looked goofy and you wanted to punch it, he was this like big fucking chiseled. He was a tall dude, like 6'5", this fucking just big, gigantic man that came back from the military. And now, like women loved him now, and they wouldn't give him the time of day prior. So his assholeness was not without merit. It wasn't. But still, the laugh, his laugh, and I would tell him too when we'd be at bars and shit. I'd be like, dude, you have to stop. Like, well, why? What do you mean I gotta stop? Stop with the fucking laugh. That's how I fucking laugh. I'm like, no one fucking laughs like that. Nobody laughs like that, dude. It sounds fucking forced, and it's strange. Stop. And eventually, I tried looking for other people to watch. Anyway, with the AMC short squeeze, I knew Coors didn't know what the fuck he was talking about from the get-go. He came across as one of those kids that can't be wrong. Can't be wrong. Even when he's wrong, he'll make up a reason to be right. Spin it in a way to be right. He's incapable of admitting he's wrong and saying, I'm sorry, I fucked up, I was wrong. And you don't want people like that in your life. I'm telling you, I used to be one when I was younger. I had so much pressure on me. I mean, as a fucking kid going into kindergarten, like to perform well academically, and I always felt like I had to be right, and if I wasn't right, then I failed, and that's okay as when you're a child. But when you grow up and you become a man, that's one of the parts of being a man, and knowing you've become a man is Knowing you can admit when you're wrong and being okay with that and understanding it's okay to be wrong. And then, it's only a problem if you don't figure out how you were wrong and try to correct it, get better. So, Coors was out. And then all of a sudden, Trey was like streaming pretty much every fucking day. So I went back to watching him again, mainly because the title that came up was putting $80,000 of my own money into AMC today. And I was like, well, I don't give a fuck how much your laugh bothers me. That right there is some man shit. That is some putting your money where your fucking mouth is shit, and I want to see this. And I mean, he was. Full transparency, just buying 10 shares, buying 50 shares, buying 100 shares, and just putting it into this thing. And then I was like, okay, well, he must really believe in this. Like, this ain't no joke. This isn't a gimmick. This kid's throwing a bunch of money into this fucking thing. A lot of money into this thing. And so I started looking into it more and started investing more and buying more option contracts because everything really started making sense now as to how my contracts exploded the way they did. But this right here, this shit right here, don't set a timeline on the squeeze. He told the entire community a timeline. His voice is why July happened the way that it happened. Him. Had he never said that, none of the other streamers would have said it. They all passed that notion around. I mean, some of them the very next day after he made his, I fully believe we're going to see this blow up no later than the end of June. Like, I think it might be in the third week of June or something, whatever. And then everyone started echoing that sentiment in this community. And anyone who doesn't know anything about short squeeze like me, I wasn't educated on short squeezes. I trusted him because he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. He had put plenty of his own money into it. And it's easy to get caught up into that, man, I'm holding for you, you hold for me, guys. This isn't even about the money. Like, for me, that resonates on a personal level. Because I don't give two shits about money. I don't. It causes way more harm than good. Overall, money causes way more harm than it does good. And I promise you that's the case. The things that matter at the end of the day are not little pieces of paper that are green. They just aren't. It will cause you more problems than you fucking know. Like, when this thing blows up and I got my money, no one's gonna know. Ain't a fucking person in the world gonna know that I have money. I've been there, done that. I'm just gonna disappear. I'm just going to be gone. I ain't in it. Out of this motherfucker. Move somewhere where nobody knows me and buy a little fucking, like, 2-bed, 1-bath house and just chill with the common people. But I'm gonna have a sick ass basement. I'm gonna tell you that. That's just gonna be legit. That motherfucker gonna look like it's 2085 down there. All kinds of tech and computers and shit. But yeah, so this is crazy. This is what I'm talking about. This is some Matt Kors shit right here. This. This should say, guys, I'm sorry I set a timeline on the squeeze. But knowing what we know now, I was wrong, and do not set a timeline on it. I haven't watched it. I don't know what it says. I'm pretty sure I don't need to, just from the title. So that's bothersome to me, like super duper bothersome to me. Like, I could be just fucking wholeheartedly taking advantage of you all as a community right now. Like, if I wanted to market myself to these guys, I could be all over every fucking chat board, screaming till someone notices me. Come look at my channel, have me on your show. Dude, I've called all this shit, like, right for the past 2 weeks. I know how this program works, dude. Message me, we can make a fucking killing. And I don't care about that. Like I said, the reason I'm doing this is because this community took money from me. I know they took money from you. And it is up to us to make sure it doesn't happen again. We cannot sit here and allow these guys to relay information to us with what's going on in this stock and this play. It is up to us to investigate and research ourselves and bring the relevant, correct information to our community and protect you all from these guys. They are public enemy number one now. They are no better than Citadel. They have made money off of you at the expense of you, your time and your money. And not a goddamn one of them has apologized for it. Not one. Not one. It's incredible. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest a little bit because that's crazy to me. Yeah, I can't watch any of these guys anymore. I can't watch Short the Vix and his fucking super chat bot that he only set up with one account. Hi, fake Donnie. Hi, fake Donnie. Continuously sending $5.99 every 27 minutes. I just can't watch these guys. These guys all collectively got together a couple weeks ago and decided to start an entertainment industry within the community, and they text each other like live on air. That should be a problem to you. Live on air, they're texting each other because they don't want to talk about shit in front of you. And I'm like, we can't talk about, yeah, don't say that, we can't talk about that. Yeah, we can't say that live on. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you guys legitimately stupid? You're trusting, following, and watching these guys conspire and keep information from you in front of your face, like they're telling you that they're hiding shit from you. Telling you. And you're like, oh, I love these guys. They're so funny. Here's $5. You guys are great. That's crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Snake in the grass type shit. I just bought a new lawnmower. But you don't know who said that. And that's one of y'all's generation right there, too. Alright. I'm gonna get out of here. See if I can put together a fucking Miss Cleo company. Start sucking these guys in. Start telling the live streamers, look, guys, I got a fucking method for you to make a shitload of money off AMC, guys. Just trust me. Watch my videos. I didn't want to tell the community. I've got a fucking plan. It's all wrought out. I've made like over $100,000 off of it, and I want to share it with you guys. And just tell them, but you gotta trust me, and you gotta put up at least 500 grand, and fucking just lose them all a rack of money like they did for you guys and for me too. Oh, that would be funny as shit. But again, I'm not here to fucking. I'm not God. I'm not passing the judgment. You know, they'll get what they get when they get it. That's how the world works. So unfortunately for people doing good, it takes a lot longer for that to come back to you. But the people that do bad, it doesn't usually take that long for that shit to come back and bite you in the ass. Ain't that crazy though? For real, guys. Like, I'm still, like, my mind is, like, melted. Like, I've always known I was smart and shit, but as an adult, I suppressed most of that shit because of things that happened in my childhood, my teenage years. I didn't want to be smart anymore. I didn't. Just wanted to be like everybody else. But it's stupid to hide a gift if you were fortunate enough to be given it. I'm just good at this shit. Good with computers, good with charts, good with analytics. And this is wild. Like, seriously, I still... craziness. Literally craziness. It might not be a big deal to you, but to me, that's crazy. That's crazy. And for any of you that watched my video before the bell and you saw this shit, even though I was very clear that all this could happen, could go down and go up, could go down again and come back up, I just, I knew that this was important. Somehow to this computer program, this area here is important to it. Some of y'all were probably watching the chart like, here it goes. Oh, it's going under that line that's starting to put up, and it's going to tank. And then that bitch went boop and bounced and going. Me too, dude. I was like, no fucking way. No way. Oh, it's craziness. I'm starting to get worried now that like someone's gonna fuck my channel up or fuck with me or something, because it's obvious I'm onto something. It's obvious I see something in the matrix that other ones can't see. I might be the one and not even know it. I don't know. I haven't seen the oracle yet. Oh, what time is it? God damn, 3 in the morning. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Go dig up some more dirt on these fuckers. See what goes on tomorrow. We got a shareholder meeting. I'm excited. See what's up. You should be too. But, don't expect nothing. You should expect it to be a boring meeting that says nothing other than normal meeting shit. And nothing to do with the illicit activities, the corruption that's obviously taking place. Don't expect any of that to be brought up or said, or don't expect anything other than a typical shareholder meeting. Just be excited for it. It's good. We can get past the July 29th date that people are all excited about and saying crazy shit about. There are certain things that could potentially be brought up, but no guarantee that it is going to be brought up or that it's even part of what's going to be discussed at the shareholder meeting. So just expect it to be a normal, typical shareholder meeting, and just be excited that we'll be done with the 29th, whether it's normal and nothing extravagant happens or something crazy does happen. Be done with the fucking 29th. That's all I'm happy for. Be done with that shit. All right, let me try and dig up some dirt somewhere. I'm bored.